All right, friends and family, welcome back to another video here at Healing Together. My name is Coach HardgainZ, and I have been coaching bodybuilding and current and recovering drug addiction for over 25 years now. Actually, I did some of the math, and I think we're actually closer to 27 years, but I don't want to admit that just yet. I'm only 45. But I'm proud of the work I've done and how long I've been doing it for. So there's that. But I certainly don't feel 45 except for my spinal fusion and my brain injury and my right arm and both my legs. But I want to share with you a client that I have recently been working with, and this is going to hit home to a lot of you because many of you have been writing in the comment sections, DMing and emailing about a very similar experience. And it really breaks my heart. This makes me very sad. And so this young man came to us with a 5-year Fent daily addiction, a 3-year Coca-Cola addiction, and 1 year on H daily. Obviously, since he found H, the other two have kind of been slightly more intermittent, but nonetheless, he's been on these substances for up to 5 years. And we can also include the multiple times a week of alcohol abuse and weed. THC almost daily. But he has now been clean from all of those things. All of them. For 4 months since he found KRATOM. 4 months. And I know the argument for many people is, oh, well, if you're on KRATOM, you're not clean, and this, save it, please. Because as most of you know, my coaching philosophy is harm mitigation, taking those things that he had been using for long enough that could have killed him already, mitigating the harm down to a substance such as KRATOM, and saving his life. And now he's healthier than he's ever been. He's exercising almost daily. He's working out, putting on some muscle, shedding some fat. But the pictures of his face, I wish I could show them to you. The pictures of his face are drastic. And he's young enough where he still has some changes in his face that are going to happen. And all of this drug use aged him so much that now, even only 4 months later after using KRATOM, you can see the youth in his face. You can see the rejuvenation and the health in his face. But do you know what he said to me next? He said, my family wants me to get off of KRATOM. And I understand if there are potential fears that some of these family members have because of what the media is putting out about KRATOM. And many of those family members are alcoholics and use THC in different forms quite frequently, probably daily. And they want him to get off of KRATOM and potentially risk what that could do to him and where that would send him. I can't even count how many people have written in and made comments and sent in emails about, my family doesn't support my KRATOM use. My family wants me to get off. My family expects me to do more. My family expects me to live in my pain without pain pills. I just had a spinal fusion or a major surgery, and my family doesn't want me on any kind of medications. But this young man's family is pushing him back on the streets, pushing him back to the streets. And so obviously my next step is we've got to sit down with the family and have some type of intervention because this young man hasn't been this healthy, this clean, this prosperous, this productive. He's got a job. In 5 years, 5 years in this young man's life, that's a fifth of his life. And they expect him to go get a job and be part of society and be productive without anything. Obviously, that would be amazing. That would be ideal. That would be perfect, right? But he's not perfect. And who gave him his first drink? Who gave him his first drink at 12? That's his business, not mine. But who let him hit that at 14, I think he said. 14. Those same family members. So I am I am battling some rage, some anger inside. And a lot of the times you can't get through to some of these people because then it makes them face their own addictions. It's too much accountability for them to handle. But this is not uncommon. This is one folder in a stack of files of young lives that could have been ended a long time ago. And right now, especially with how tainted and dirty the drugs are that are going around. You want him to get off of Kratom and potentially go back to the streets and get some of that stuff? First off, I'll say it flat out. This is not okay. This boggles my mind. This saddens me so much that this family isn't looking at his face and saying, wow, you look great. You're doing such a great job. But unfortunately, there's only so much I can do for this young man without the support of his family. Now, is he old enough to go out on his own? Yes. But right now, this young man's life is like on the rocks. It's not even on a firm foundation yet. This is where someone needs the strength and encouragement and support of the people that can help him. And without that support, without those people helping to firm up the foundation that he is standing on right now, his life could go either way. 4 months is amazing, but it's still also only 4 months. And if you look at it that way, he's still an infant in building a clean life, starting a clean journey, learning how to live clean. But then he goes home and he sees these examples of people who come home and drink every day, hit the vape pen all day long. And then what is he supposed to do without that support and encouragement? When you're around addiction all the time, when you're surrounded by these examples that show you, oh, you can live on addictions. You can live and function with these addictions, but you can't have yours. So what does he do? I mean, I'm grateful that he came to me. I'm grateful that I can offer support, but I'm only one person. And hopefully at some point soon, he'll join our live streams. And yes, I hope and plan to get back to more frequent live streams. To young people out there, please, don't ever get started. That first dose, that first hit, that first drink, that first take, sometimes that's all that's required. And if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we could really use your help in spreading this message, spreading this information, getting it out to all those who are in need of it. Anyone who could benefit from hearing it. Thanks again for watching, guys. Catch you in the next one.